What's going on, y'all? This is Jordan and
this is
my
Boston.
man Boston. You know, we're gonna discuss, man. This 210 block. You know what I'm saying? That's the official name of the podcast. And
Yes.
We'll explain to you how that name came about. Actually, in this segment, yeah, man, we're here tonight, man. Today, I just want to entertain you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So this particular topic, it's gonna hit home for a lot of people. And so it's all about how we met, and where we met. You know what I'm saying? And so our friendship started off, man, at the great Miles College, man, HBCU.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
right.
different strokes for different folks. I tell you,
man. Listen, but yeah, hey, you got a teenager or a young adult trying to figure college out, or trying to get your doctorate or master's program, man. Please feel free to reach out to HBCUs, man. It's an experience like none other, man. It's like, dog, this is a 15-year friendship. Like, there ain't never been no beef. You know, we always had each other back. You know, we always been honest with one another. And so, man, I'm not saying you couldn't go to other colleges, man. That's cool. But now HBCUs, man, that's where it's at.
Yo, definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yo. I agree with you on that one, man. I never had so much fun, boy. It's been like, yo, it was a shell shock, man. It was different. But yeah, HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? It's fun, it's educational, man. They take pride in what they doing. And like the education is spectacular, man. It's spectacular.
Yeah. Now I will say this: it's not like I went every day to class. What I did go, I did learn something. You know what I'm saying? You know, they gave us the syllabus. Why did they do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gotta go to class, so you're just gonna hand me all my work assignments from now until what's that, December?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and I would add, man, yo, like you said, it's tough to get caught up in those activities around there. Trust, it's tough, but you gotta stay focused. You know, surround yourself with a group of guys like I did, man. But yo, that temptation, it's real. It is real.
The one thing we did do every day though was to go to breakfast. So if we could have got credit for that, we'd have made 100 in that mug, boy.
Yeah. We rounded up the whole squad. Yo, we used to be deep going to breakfast, but after breakfast, maybe 50-50 of us go to class.
Yeah, he had a better rate of going to class than I did. Mine was like, mine about 15%, because I had to go take another nap. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my day started again. So, yeah.
Shit. Mine was about 16%. You know what I'm saying? I probably just went 1 hour more than him. That's it. Yeah, I really didn't go either. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I said, that temptation caught me, especially from being from up north. So, you know, I got down there and I was like, man, I ain't never going home.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, listen, young folks, we did learn though. We did, you know what I'm saying? We didn't go to class every day. We did learn. We had a study hall, the library. Oh, the library. Oh my God.
Boy, if those walls can talk in our library, boy.
Just to think. I spent more time in the library. I did class.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a whole bunch more, but yeah.
I'm about to say, I've never really seen you there. But then again, I was all the way upstairs on the line.
Yeah, it had different floors up in that piece. I found me one little corner.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, they got to keep walking back. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect spot. Excuse me, I got a question. Can you come in for a second? Oh, I got one question, please. Yeah. See, I don't understand this question right here. Can you break it down a little bit for me? Just take a seat. Got him.
You remember? I used to go all the way up to the top floor, all the way past the bookshelves into that little corner in the cut. That was my only spot. Boy, I thought it was mine. I used to get mad as hell when I see people. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing here, man?" Like, all this fucking library.
You see my name on the wall? Yeah, there's a whole library in my corner. Yeah, man. Yeah, the library, man. That's man. The basketball games. Oh man. All right, let me go back. How I ended up at Miles was my boy, like my little brother Smoke. He had family in Alabama. And so I got out of school, I think I got out of high school year before him. I wasn't doing nothing. I was working around town. He's like, man, how about go to school, man, in Alabama? I'm looking like, count me in. And so that's how I got, like, I ain't know nothing about the school until Smoke was like, and you ain't really doing much, man. Just try, just come try it out with him. I'm looking like, you ain't got, what I'm saying? You ain't gonna threaten me with a good time. Right. And so we know, but it, what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, dude. So we got packed up, man, got everything ready. And we just came, man. Like, I think he may have toured the school. I wasn't familiar with the school. I just sent my paperwork in. I got that letter saying accepted. That was it for me. Like, I figured out when I get there. Right. But yeah, man. And wow. It was on since day one, man.
Yeah. So you didn't tour.
How did you end up there?
You didn't tour. You didn't go on a tour with Smoke.
No. I just heard about it one day outside his house. We were chilling, and he was like, "Let's do it." I'm looking like, all right. Well, what paperwork I need to send? My mom didn't even take me serious. I'm like, yo, I'm about to apply to college. She's like, okay. Like, dang, mama, where your hopes at? And your son. But yeah, man. Like, so she probably didn't take me serious. I didn't take it serious either. He was like, just come. I just sent the paperwork in and they accepted me.
Oh man. But what got me, right, is like, okay, yeah, in high school, I went on that Black College tour in high school. We went to Spelman, Clark, Atlanta, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M. So I was like, I bet. Like you, never heard of Miles. Alabama wasn't even in my radar, you know what I'm saying? So I applied to all these different schools, whatever, got accepted. So what got me when I was looking through the dorm, I was like, yo, I get my own bathroom. So I was like, yo, I'm about to get my own bathroom. I was like, I'm going to this school because everything else is all community showers. I was like, I don't got time for all that. Right? Got my own bathroom. Yeah, I'm living in Beverly Hills. So I was like, I bet. I applied. They sent back. I was like, word, Alabama, Miles College. That's when it hit me. I was like, yo, I'm really going to Alabama. So I was like, yo, we going to get hung down there. So I'm thinking Klansmen, all types of shit. So my aunt brought me down there. We took the train down there, whatever. We stayed in a hotel. When I tell you, me and my aunt did not leave the hotel, we did not leave. We ordered everything, dog. We went to the little corner store and that was it. I was like, we is not catching us out there at night. This is when niggas get kidnapped and hung and stuff. I was like, dog, that was our perception going in there. So I was like, nah, we staying in this hotel. And usually, you go to the hotel, you sightsee. Nah, we staying right here till daylight. Door lock, chain on the side. Man. We looking at each other like, how do we come here? We really in Alabama? Like, most up north people go, Atlanta, Florida. No, I took my ass to Alabama, But it was fun though, so I can't even hate though.
Yeah, man, that's wild, man. Yeah, I was just like, he like, because Smoke, he's like, yes, it's a HBCU. I'm looking like, you want to explain to me what that is? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I didn't know what that was. He like, like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Because education was not on my plans. My plans were just to work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about going to college. Just actually, I didn't finish high school and I'll get my GED because my senior year, my dad passed. And I was like, I couldn't really like, you know what I'm saying, grasp life, whatever. And so when that happened, my mom was like, just come out of school because we finished up in May. But I wanted, like, I had another semester that I could have finished up. My mom was like, no, you know what I'm saying, you really didn't do too good. She like, just get your GED this summer. And so I'm looking like, all right, well, cool. Let me get my GED. And so that was the benefit of my mom, like telling me come get my GED. Like I say, I was able to, you know what I'm saying, go to college with my GED. You know what I'm saying? I had they gave like this little test, you know what I'm saying? You had to come in and like whoop the whoop, you know what I'm saying, what the case may be. I'm like, all right, well, cool. And then they're like, all right, well, he did great. Come on in. And then I went from there. But like I said, I really didn't think colleges would accept somebody with a GED.
Yeah.
And I was like, word, I can get a GED? Like, all right, well, cool. And then that's how I got there. You know what I'm saying? I had to prove myself academically. You know what I'm saying, show them that I really wanted it. So I'm looking like I did enough, you know what I'm saying, to get in. Was it by my fault? I should have took it more serious. I didn't really think, like I said, that possibility was there because nobody told us, especially somebody like me, like, yo, they just told me, my mom, like, get your GED. I didn't have the further knowledge of saying, like, once you get your GED, like, you can go to college, you can get better jobs. I'm thinking, like, with my GED, I'm just going, like I said, it's just work around town, probably the next, you know what I'm saying, the biggest city next to me, I can get a job down there. But shoot, that GED, man, I'm looking like, man, you know, that itself opened up doors for me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
hey, we're going to take a quick little break real quick. We'll get right back to you, all right? We're going to talk about our experience as well at Miles.
Look, we're taking commercial breaks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
All right, welcome back, guys and gals. As you can see, we got two more brothers on the line. We got our brother CJ. We got one of my homeboys, man, a very wise guy to be so young, my man Jay. And we're gonna send it over to CJ right quick. So he's gonna tell about his experience in college. How we did it was tell the folks what made you choose Miles, and what would you like? How did you make that transition from going from high school to college?
All right, what made me choose Miles was, honestly, if I'm being honest, I had 3 schools to choose from because my focus was football, and it was either Miles. I was gonna go all the way to Kansas, play for a school called Mid American Nazarene, and that's I forget what part of Kansas that's in, or I was gonna end up at Benedict.
Oh yeah. Benedict, yeah, I've been up there.
It was either a PWI, one PWI, or 2 HBCUs, and PWIs are predominantly predominantly white institutions. The HBCUs are historically black colleges, and what made me choose it, man, was I wanted to play ball. It was close. Then my mom wanted to sign a letter of intent for me to go all the way to Kansas. So I was like, just like, who you know out there, they gonna hang you and hang it. And crazy thing is, historically, Kansas ain't even racist. Well, double racist, but Kansas was one of the states that actually tried to fight to abolish slavery earlier than any other state. She didn't know that. But they actually have a history of being abolitionists. And when I got to Miles, my first semester I spent in my dorm room working out and studying and going to class. And I crossed y'all niggas.
See, everybody gonna blame us.
Yeah, because you know my roommate at the time was on Fat Austin.
Yeah, R.I.P. man.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he was a studious freshman.
Yeah, I know, right?
He was. I was. Like, then it went all to hell when I met y'all.
Oh, no. We try to teach you the game, fam. You know what I'm saying? You have to be over in the yard, yo.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, son, they should come down and chill with me and my boys, man. And that's when I met Boston. The first person I met was Boston.
Yeah.
And then we ended up going to the game. And then from there, that shit snowballed, man. The shit I would see y'all doing. Oh, speaking of which, something Boston did to me taught me the game, man. Like it taught me how to navigate, like at least as a 20-year-old when it comes socially and women.
Yeah.
What What's that shit name? You remember her name? Oh, we ain't giving names, but I guess we can give names. I don't know her name.
I don't know it either, man. I don't know it either. I know what you're talking about.
Walking with her and shit and all of that, trying to have conversations because I was raised up to be a nice guy. So I'm telling Boston about this shit.
Come on, we nice guys too. Hold up, you're not gonna say we're not nice guys.
Nigga, y'all one thing.
I had to tell you live and direct how you doing. I was like, yo, you watch me. You know, watch how I do it. You know how I got down at that night at that yard.
Yeah, so I was telling Boston about her. Boston was like, her son? Yo, B, I smashed her already. I was like, yo, she getting down, B. Like, that hurt my little soul.
Man. But I only did that because I got love for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
What that taught me is you can't get attached for it, man. You got to go out there, do your thing, man, and enjoy college. Yeah. That's one of the things they taught me. Like, you can't get attached to none of these. I don't want to call them hoes because I don't know their names individually. But you got to go out there and have fun. So my man at Miles, a black school, it was kind of like a larger version of high school.
Yeah. It was.
It was a larger high school where you can smoke, drink, go to class, and just have fun, man, and bond with people. Like you learn from different. Like that's the first time I was around somebody that was from Florida, somebody that was from Boston, a couple of cats from South Carolina, Low Country, South Carolina. Which, by the way, Jordan, my grandmother, her family is from South Carolina. They're actually from I want to say Bear Island.
What?
Yeah, my people get you, man. Like it's fuck.
Damn, boy.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
Get you as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what I do. I take it with me no matter where I go. Yeah. I'm just professional now.
And when I started embracing that, I was like, man, this is pretty cool, man. Like being geek, like hearing them speak. Like when I always hear y'all speaking, y'all be like, hey boy, and it's kind of, I was like, if they speak a patois, then when I got around my family, I was like, no, that's the tongue that they speak. Oh, okay.
I know that hey bo shit too, yeah.
Hey bo.
Hey bo. Fuck you,
everybody in mom with that.
I know had everybody at mouth saying that. What's up, bo?
Yeah.
Not even knowing where it came from. That's people in South Carolina, boy.
Yeah,
but that was my experience. Before we go any further.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm making the 210Block drink.
Yes, sir.
I know when we was at
yes, sir.
Everybody got their experience of before you do anything in school, you pregame. So what I'm making, the 210 consists of old granddad. And because of us, it don't matter how much you put for us.
Yeah.
What you
put enough just to change the color of that bitch.
and Coke. You like RC? I'm from the South, so this shit is Coke. It ain't pop.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big can, bro. What that 20-ounce Cokes now? Yeah,
that's 20 ounce. You know, they not a 16.
Wait.
Yeah, I got one in the refrigerator too, yo. Damn, that shit looks smooth. So, yeah, I'm about to go get that later on tonight, yo. I'm about to go get that later.
Yeah,
like
man.
I said, while we drink, we just do enough to change the color. That's about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Oh,
so man, this is the
yo, that drink. Shit look all icy cold and shit.
Yeah.
So this is the podcast 210Block. The 210Block.
And he's gonna come every week with something like that too. So get ready, yo.
And it's gonna be more interesting. I might hit y'all with the Tokyo tea next week.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I just wait. I just
know.
wait.
I want to see this one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate that. CJ, man. Now you about to hop over to Jay, man. I know he went to different college, man, but we would like to hear how he selected his college and what his first semester or first year of college was like, man. Whenever you get a minute, Jay, man, just educate us.
Man, bro, to tell the truth, the way I ended up deciding on my college was actually via my older brother's friend. So at the time, I guess in his generation, there was a lot of individuals, including my older brother, that were going to HBCUs and whatnot. And I don't know why this stuck with me, but for some reason, he was like, yo, if you have an opportunity to go to a school that is for your major, whatever it is that you want to do, and it doesn't happen to be a HBCU, but it's one of the top schools in that particular realm of study, so to say, to go ahead and go for it. So I had actually went on a couple of college tours, 10th grade and 11th grade, going down south. We went down to Atlanta, A&T, I think another school there too. Stopped in South Carolina, visited a couple schools. And then like in 11th grade, I think we went on a tour down New Orleans and visited a couple of HBCUs down that way too. So at first I actually wanted to go to the University of New Orleans because they had a marine architecture program that I was pretty interested in, where you would basically be designing like cruise ships and whatnot. But unfortunately, I didn't receive any money. Basically,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's usually what it comes down to, right? So and actually to your other man's point, I was also playing football at the time in high school. So due to my grades and whatnot, I was actually being looked at a couple of well, quote unquote lower tier Ivy League schools like Wesleyan, Columbia, Dartmouth, and I'm trying to remember the last one. I can't even remember, but I ended up actually going on a football visit. And you got to excuse me, I'm trying to open up this wine bottle at the same time. But
what made you choose Philly though?
So I'm getting there, right? So so due to I was doing pretty good in high school as far as grades and whatnot. So like my admission fees anyway, and I had like partial scholarships to a lot of schools in Maryland, but I definitely wanted to get away from home. I went on this football visit actually up Connecticut to Wesleyan, which is the school where Bill Belichick actually graduated from. And I think at the time when I actually went on the visit, I think his daughter was attending the school. So I went there and I like did the whole football thing, visited them for a while, and it was crazy because that was actually like the blizzard. What was that? 2004, I think, when it was the Falcons and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game with Dick and Donovan McNabb and whatnot. But anyways, I was up in the Northeast during that storm and whatnot. And because the coach asked me to go early decision, which means like you're committing to the school before you hear from anybody else, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty early on. And I decided not to. Apparently, they decided not to even like process my admission papers. So like I had called back up to the school just to see like what the status of my admission was. And the lady in the office was like, I don't even have record of having received anything from you. And I was like, that's crazy. Like I was just up there a week ago on a visit and gave all my paperwork to the football company. And it was like, well, I don't know what necessarily happened. So as soon as they did that, I was like, all right, well, I'm not messing around with football right now. I'm just like trying to stick to the books. And the main school that was at least giving me a partial scholarship happened to be Drexel, which was up in Philly. So I ended up going on a visit up there, actually, right before I had to decide if I was going to go to the school. And during that time, that entire weekend, it was like raining. Like Philly was just shitty, like shitty as can be.
Damn,
And I was like, dog, like I don't know if I'm trying to come up this way. And granted, at least at that time, everybody that I met during that trip was Black. And it felt like, all right, it's enough of us here. Like I could possibly make this happen. And Philly is actually a fairly Black city, you know what I mean, and a predominantly white state. So I was like, all right, like this is the best opportunity as far as academics. I'll go ahead and go here. And again, taking into consideration what my older brother friend was saying, I was just like, all right, this is the best opportunity as far as trying to learn architectural engineering. So this is what I'm gonna go with. So that's how I ended up in Philly. My first year, it was cool. I mean, I had way more fun than later years, you know what I mean? The first year I was definitely way more skeptical of just like everybody up there for the most part. And then it was definitely a culture shock because I didn't realize that Drexel was a PWI, just like my man said, predominantly white institution. So coming from Prince George's County, Maryland, which is one of the most affluent Black counties in America, where everywhere you look, you running into us, and then going up there and everywhere you look, you running into them. It was definitely a culture shock for sure. Like, yeah, man, I mean, there was.
You must have been a star up there with those snow bunnies, dog.
Like, you would have thought so, right? But I mean, depending upon like, I didn't come from that environment as far as like really knowing like how to talk to white chicks, you know what I mean? And like, you got to understand that being up there were stories, you know what I mean, coming from other, you know what I mean, Black people that I knew or whatever at the time, where like they were in class with people who had never seen a Black person before.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean? You would think that, you know what I mean, being was that 2005, 2006, you know what I mean? Like, you would think that's not even possible no more, but it was wild, bro.
Damn,
so
damn.
I mean, don't get me wrong, my first snow bunny experience was at Drexel, but it was definitely few and far between.
I can see that with a lot of people, as far as like you said, the first year being skeptical. Like, I know for me, being raised in the country, like we have like, well, I can say me, like I'm friends with everybody out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So to hear somebody have a different perspective, like that's always fascinated me. Like, I can't even process that. Like, what that's like, where if I'm sitting on the stoop and you catch eye to eye with me, and you can get a heads up or what's up. You know, it's just how conversations start. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? And like, even when I met Jay, like he was in the store I was working at, and we're just having small talk. You know, me, I'm just chilling. I'm looking like I probably say about 300 words. He probably say about 10.
Yeah.
So to that point, right? It's like that's kind of how I usually am. Like, unless I'm already a little bit inebriated and want to invite people in, like I'm usually pretty reserved. And it was crazy that day that I met you, because I literally was just moving up here. Like, my job was about to move me to the project I'm on now. So I was looking for a place to stay. So they was keeping me at the hotel over there by the airport, by the Walgreens that you was working at and shit. And I happened to walk in there, and for some reason, like, we just caught the vibe, started talking and shit, and next thing I know, I'm on a podcast, man, catching some real news. Like, I'm not mad at
that. See, but that's how me and I'm different. That's how me and I'm different. Like me, like I can't start a conversation like that, yo. To me, yo, you talking to me like, yo, what you fucking want, dog? Like, yo, what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I'm quick to just go like that. Yeah.
And seeing that's the one thing that, especially going to a PWI, I feel like we look more for, because like at HBCU for the most, well, I ain't gonna say for the most part, and I'm not really gonna say for anything because I haven't been to one, so I can't really speak on it. But I feel as though, similar to what my man was saying, that it's almost like an extension of high school. So in some way, shape, or form, for the most part, you kind of at least know somebody else
That's
that's there.
comfort.
So like at the PWI, like in my opinion, it's almost like, yo, if I see you and you black, like I need you to at least, just like Jordan said, like, yo, give me the head nod. And, like you ain't gotta say hi.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta walk up to him, but like just acknowledgement, you know what I mean? That yo, like we here and we outnumbered right now. So
Yeah, no votes.
just know that you got me and I got you. Like it's kind of like that Dave Chappelle thing, you know what I mean? Like just give him a thumbs up, like
Nah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
we understand the situation, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. All right, Cap. Dang, hey, you know what I mean. Give me, we all gonna do a round table. Give me one moment. Like it just stuck with you since college. Like it could be like something that we did far as like a party or like a situation that like you just knew like we were your boys, or, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we was your dudes. I'll start off and I'll say the two things that they always remember was, one, that first Halloween party. You know what I'm saying? And I went as Tommy from Rugrats. I had a diaper and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember I was getting ready. And I know what I'm saying, we've been rocking ever since we got to school. And you're like, yo, you going for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm going for real. And you guys just boosted me up.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm like, you know what? They're my boys right there. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a moment like I'll never forget. Like them dudes really got my back. Like I don't think y'all really like participated. Really, y'all like, if that's how you going, we're going to business party too. I'm looking like it isn't. I thought it was a costume party. Like Boston had on his signature Timbs. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just, you know, doing our thing, man. Like that was the moment that I was like, all right, these are my dudes, man. And so, and at that moment, and then another moment that stuck with me is we always took our Tuesday walk to Sonic's.
Oh yeah.
For them $5 hamburgers. Or was it 5 for $5, whatever that was. We were walking like 3 miles, you know what I'm saying? Just for a hamburger.
Everybody eating. Everybody in the group eating. We got $10. Everybody getting at least 2. Everybody. Everybody.
But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stories, man. We're gonna continue with as this podcast grows, man. Different stories, and it's also good, like I said, to have Jay perspective from I just learned today what a PWI was, so get his perspective on things. So, who else want to go next, man?
I'll go next. Yo, my time. I think is that time me and Valdosta got mad drunk. You talking about falling down? Cat, remember? You remember that shit? Yo, falling down mad drunk. And y'all helped me to my bed.
Dorm room,
y'all helped me to the bed, even though I was fighting y'all and stuff. Y'all threw me in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Y'all helped me in bed. Y'all stood there and shit until I passed out. And I was like, oh shit, that's real shit. Most niggas like, oh, he's in bed. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Bounce. But y'all stayed and shit. I remember waking up, y'all niggas was just all in there and shit. I was like, oh shit, that's real shit. Then the other time, CJ, I don't think you was there. I think, I was coming back drunk from a party and shit. And one of the Chicago dudes had said something. And you know what I'm saying? Me and him already had friction and shit. You know what I'm saying? So one of the dudes said something like, oh, he's a man, you know what I'm saying? Let him be and shit. And I remember Jordan's like, yo, boy, we ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we take care of our own and shit. Yeah. And
I remember that.
Yeah. And I remember I told him like that early that day. He said something. I was like, yo, you don't really know me and I don't like you for some odd reason. I just don't like you. But yo, you keep talking to me the way you talking to me, I'm gonna slap you and your fucking bitch right here, yo. Yo, don't do that. And that's what happened. I got drunk and it was Jordan, Smoke, you and Vaught Austin. I remember Jordan was like, yo, chill out, you know what I'm saying? This ain't what you want, you know what I'm saying? We take care of our own and shit, but you know what I'm saying? We can settle this some other time. I was like, yeah, see, at least these niggas got my back when I'm, inebriated and shit and can't, defend myself. But that's what kept it real. I was like, oh shit, this is for life right here. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, yo, that's real shit.
That's all.
Yeah, nigga. That was real shit, yo. I didn't like that dude for nothing, nigga. I hated that dude, bro. Fucking hated that dude. Man. I wanted him to hook off one point, boy.
The two for me, the first one was, I remember that night we went to Pyramid.
And what happened?
We walked by, I don't know why, but there was a random dumpster that was sitting in front of this dude's house.
Oh.
Pyramid was a place that we walked to?
Nah,
it was either Pyramid or
Phoenix. It was Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
that's a local place, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had no business flipping over that dumpster, but we flipped over the dumpster. And when we flipped over the dumpster, dude was like, what the fuck y'all doing? And then I think it might have been about also or it might have been you, boss. But he was like, man, fuck you, whatever. So he walked. That's I know why we fuck.
Yeah.
You just gut go off. And I mean, everybody ran back to the dorm, and it had to be a mile away. We all ran literally a mile back to the dorm. And when we got there, you would think folks would be like, man, the hell with whoever. The moment we got there, everybody stopped and was like, hey, everybody here? Yeah. Anybody get hit? I was like, okay, these niggas solid. They solid. They solid as fuck. To be like, try to figure out if everybody was here, if everybody was fine. Because I think Junior threw up in the hallway the same time.
Yo, I never seen that boy run that fast in my life.
Oh, Jay. Jay, this dude, Junior, he different.
That, and this may be a smaller moment, but I remember all of us, this is like a walk to silence. I remember all of us was hungry. And I forgot who had to hook up the Sonics. It might have been Smoke. But there's like, y'all hungry? All right, let's go to Sonics. They went in there, talked to whoever they had to talk to, and brought us out enough hamburgers for us to get through the night and eat. That's when I was like, man, they could have looked out for themselves. And they did. They made sure everybody ate.
Everybody eat, yo.
So, cause like I ain't gonna front. Started leaving, that hurt me a little bit. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man.
I've been rocking with these dudes for 2.5 years solid. And now they gone. Yeah. But that's what made me be like, all right, this is for the rest of our lives here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I said.
Be small to other people, but it's major. It's big because it's like people and then the older you get, the more important you realize those bonds are, because you realize, like, be real, people look out for themselves for the most part. That's just human nature.
Yeah.
So when you find that like want to rock with you, and they not considering themselves when they with you, but they considering you and you're considering them, you connect with that. That's when I was like, okay, this is real. This is real shit. After that, I started measuring my friendships to our friendship with y'all. Like if I did meet new friends, okay, how real are they?
Yeah, I do it too sometimes. You know what I mean? I do
like if some shit happens, like, man, fuck you, man, you better figure it out, or they gonna be like, and I ain't saying no come to my rescue, but empathy and be like, okay, we got you, or I can't get you, but man, if I could, I would, or I'm there for you. Like it was one of them times somebody went to the hospital too. It might have been Boston, and everybody stopped what the fuck they was doing, and we all went to the hospital.
Yeah, no, it was Mike. It was Mike.
Mike had Mike
Mike
that's one of the moments where I stopped what they was doing, trying to figure out what was going on and how can we get to him, and how can we get to the hospital to see if it was all right.
Man, I was mad with y'all because I was on my way to see about somebody's daughter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was like, that's y'all playing?
Yo, and no
How
bull.
close are we really? Yeah.
And piggybacking off that, like our trips to Walmart, yo, we never walked alone, even if it was just 2 of us or like 10 of us.
Mm-hmm.
You go to, yo, if CJ can't do it, or no, I can't do it. Okay, he can't do it. Yo, Jordan, walk with me to Walmart. Jordan, all right, cool. So like I said, that's how I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody walks to Walmart alone. It was either with somebody else or like fucking 10 of us walking. You know what I'm saying?
And we
That's
got
what
this.
I like.
But to Jay's point about PWIs, there are some benefits to going to those type of universities too. Because of I didn't go to one, but my mom, she there's a university down here called Emory University. It's like real affluent, real culturally aware, real rich university. And she worked there for like 35 years. So essentially I grew up on that campus. That's what made me choose the HBCU too, because I already had the PWI experience when actually going to the university. Like I would sit in classes and go to exhibits and go to events. And it makes you more culturally aware of the people around you and what to say and what they eat and how they present that in their background. So there are benefits to going to that type of university. But at HBC, you just feel more at home.
Yeah, you do.
I would totally.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But us do have pluses though. Like that's my goal is to grad school is to go to, because my GPA ain't nowhere near Emory standards. Is go to Georgia State. I'm already going to like a recruiting visit for that, and just coaches make PWIs more so prepare you for if you plan on being out there in life in the world and having to network with people and deal with people of different backgrounds. It prepares you for that because you're going to do that on a daily, especially if you join organizations outside of Black Greek organizations.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to, I ain't gonna say code switch, but you have to be more culturally aware and sensitive to what's around you. So, but HBCUs, that's where it's at though. Like a different world made me want to go to HBCU.
Nigga, them big down south butts made me want to go down there, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'm about to see some cheeks, boy.
What you got to say, Jay? You got anything, man? Like a couple of your moments in college, like you just stuck with you since then?
Nah, I mean, I know all y'all. It sounds like all of y'all went to school together, so
yeah.
I don't necessarily divert too much from that. But the guys I ran into college, it was actually kind of funny. So one dude, the first dude I met who was through a chick that I went to summer camp with back in like middle school, high school, something like that. And she ended up being at the school. And she was like, yo, let me introduce you to this dude or whatever. He's actually from the city, from BC. Actually from one of the worst parts of the city. But I mean, he was cool to chill. So got up with him or whatever. Solely just the connection of back home for the most part.
Yeah. It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So after that, similar to what I was kind of mentioning earlier or whatever, there was this one dude that used to have his he had a BMX on campus or whatever, and I was like, nah, like he got the pegs and all that.
Oh shit. Not the BMX joints, yeah.
Like I ain't had no classes with him or nothing, but I knew he was a freshman. And like every time that I would see him like ride by or whatever, like we would usually catch each other's eyes and just hit the head nod, like keep it moving. Next thing I know, he ends up being one of my roommates or whatever the next year when we got to move out the dorms and shit sophomore year. So got cool with him. Come to find out he from Baltimore, Maryland, which is like an hour north from me. And just off of that, like I was like, dog, I mean, I don't hang out in Baltimore like that, but I've been up there, I mean, plenty of times. So just having that little connection, just as far as again being in Maryland, it was cool. And then during our sophomore year, my other man, I actually went to high school with him, but in high school we wasn't really like cool or whatever. Like we knew about each other. You know what I mean? We might say what's up to each other every now and then, but it wasn't like hanging out or like we didn't really have the same friends or anything like that. But then he actually went to Clark, his first year, and then ended up transferring up to Drexel. And I mean, that's my man. He does a lot of big shit. He's on his whole entrepreneur, I mean, type vibe and whatnot. But he ended up coming to the school and actually reached out to me before getting up there, just because he heard that I was there. And then from there, all three of us, for the most part, I mean, ended up becoming pretty tight. So I think similar to what you guys said, and actually how I got in contact with Jordan. For the most part, as long as I mean you cool folks and you show that you're real, like it's gonna go into something. I mean, like understand it was a point in my life where my initial group of friends that it took a time for us to, I mean, really bond, is so to say. But I was holding them, I mean, above my fam at the time.
Sometimes water's thicker than blood, nigga, no bullshit.
Right? And so then to that point, I'll never forget, I mean, when I had met my college homies and like some of the stuff that we would discuss and or have went through. And then I'm thinking back as far as some of my homies back home, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say that they quote unquote realer than y'all. And that's always like a funny word in the Black community, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like when you end up saying, I mean, somebody real, like, for the most part, people just, I feel, automatically kind of go to the street type shit. And then you got this few that is like, nah, I mean, like being real is more so being transparent, I mean, with yourself. So I'll never forget, like I had told my homies back home that shit one time, and like they was pissed to the point like me and one of my mans from back home that I know for years about to go to blows, you know what I mean? And small garage and shit. But at the same time, that ended up making our relationship even that much more stronger. So you got to understand, I got homies just as I feel that, I mean, me and Jordan are starting to create that type of relationship. I mean, I got homies that I come home and have been friends with since 4th grade. So and I'm totally with everything that it is that y'all saying. And I got plenty of examples to be able to go along with that, but I ain't trying to make the story about it.
Yeah. Oh, not today. The story may not be about you today, but yeah, it'll get there when you have your own show. Yeah, man. Because like I said, that's the whole purpose of this podcast, man. Me and Boston was talking. It was like a lot of podcasts are, you know, they got a script. You know what I'm saying? They got what they want to do, hit a certain audience. But like with this particular topic, like I said, we're reaching out to the younger generation and the older generation. So when they hear the podcast, like they call their friends up, like, girl, you remember that time with this such and such? And that, dude, you remember that time? You know, and it's like that's what this podcast is about, like to bring back those happy memories. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna make you like pick up, you know, see your friends from college, even hit them up on Facebook or social media just to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at us, dog, before young Black men sitting here in individual places and just having a conversation. You know, that's what this whole podcast is about. You know, I said eventually it'll bring in different businesses to where they can advertise for free. Come sit on the sofa with us. Tell us what you do for 2 or 3 minutes. And like I said, that way you got a whole podcast and like different people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That you can meet. Like you said, you got me from South Carolina. You got CJ from Georgia. You got Boston from Boston. We got you from like the west, you know what I'm saying, that Maryland area. So it's like, and we all are going in the same direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was about, man. We started the podcast like, man, we ain't got time for no scripts. We don't need nobody doing no research, giving us numbers in our ear. We're just gonna sit and just have a conversation, man. And that's what it's about, man. So yeah, that's what
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
That's what we gonna aim to do, man. We just don't want everybody. I feel like you scripting shit, you're not being yourself, man. Then you know what I'm saying? Niggas like us can't relate. So I just want you to real you. You know what I'm saying? on the spot telling her how you
What's up?
feel. So,
What you say, Cap?
I was telling Jay, what's up with that mumbo sauce? Is that a DC thing?
It's crazy. Hey, for one, it's crazy that you even know about it. I was actually about to ask y'all if y'all even know anybody from my area. But
Have
yeah,
y'all-
mambo sauce is definitely a DC thing. Like I'll never forget. I was definitely single digits, probably like 8, 9, something like that. And both of my parents, I mean, even though they from their respective countries or whatever, both grew up for the most part anyway, or at least where they met each other was up in Brooklyn, New York. So we used to go up there all the time when we were younger, and we'll mess around, hit the carry out up there, and I'm like, yo, like, where's the mambo sauce? And he, like, that was the first time that he explained to us that mambo sauce was a thing of back home. Like, you're not gonna catch that everywhere when you go on Chinese food and whatnot. So yeah, mambo sauce is definitely a thing that's a signature of the DC area. Started in DC.
What is it?
When I was coming up, so is this a sauce that comes or that you can ask for, should I say? Usually from a carry out that usually goes on chicken. Back when I was coming up, so probably even to this day, I feel like people don't give out their mumbo sauce recipes.
Hell
So
no.
it's like you don't know what's in it. And back in my day, we was in school, like it was always skepticized to be a mixture of like ketchup, cocktail sauce, and crack.
Like my experience with mumbo sauce, it's like a sweeter, tangier, way sweeter and tangier version of barbecue sauce. And like it'll look like sweet and sour sauce when you see it.
Right.
But when you eat that, put it on anything, you talking about you put that junk on your chicken, put it on fried, you put it on shrimp, you put it on fried rice. That shit is delicious, man. I promise you. Because I traveled that college for a while. And DC was one of the stops I made. Trust me, I ain't go there by myself because you just can't walk around DC by yourself. How to pass. Man, that shit is bad.
Hold on, you went to the bags?
Mm-hmm. Like that shit. I went up there with, I'm trying to remember who I went up there with. It might have been Duke. My homeboy Duke ended up going to Howard.
Hold on, you went to the strip club called the Bags?
No, I ain't go to the strip club.
Oh, I was about to say, damn, dog, you was right around my way, like literally.
Yeah.
But
is it called mumbo sauce?
Mumbo sauce. You gotta look it up. This shit is good, man. Like they sell it. They sell it in, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Go to like a mom or pop, and they made it in the back, and they bring it in like a little plastic cup.
No, that's
and it's funny too because like depending upon where it tastes different each place you go. So people got they certain places where they like that specific mumbo sauce.
Wow. Learn something new every day.
Every day you do.
So when we gonna take this trip, guys? I need to try this mumbo sauce. Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm down whenever y'all want. But hey, the whole time that was actually one of the first things that me and Jordan connected over or whatever. Because while he sparked up the conversation he actually sparked up the conversation with me in Walgreens, totally off of my hat that I had on.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
And then from that, he ends up telling me, which is something that I like to do as far as traveling. I mean, I don't got no problem driving anywhere. Like for the most part, if it's under, I'm good for like 12 hours straight. You know what I mean? Like anything over that, I might need to take a break. But then he's telling me, you know what I mean, as far as, oh no, like we got Atlanta and then 3 hours south of here, like you got Chattanooga, Memphis, yada yada yada. Like we can make moves. I was like, damn, bro, like I'm just looking for a place to stay right now. Shit, like, I'm like, you got me excited to move to Nashville right now, bro. So I mean, we could definitely make that happen.
Yeah, CJ down in Atlanta, so yeah, we can. Yeah, now that things are starting to shift like I like them to, man. My personal life, man. Yeah, things are going good. And matter of fact, Jay, man, we got a trip to the Cali in May, man, the first week of May.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your agenda look like, you know, being a what's it?
Architect engineer.
Yeah, I'm about to say no, you being a what's this start? It's a B word.
Let me speak on that real quick. So I started off as an architectural engineer going to Drexel, but that was actually my first time failing a class being in college. And then through that, and still wanting to graduate on time and not like towards the latter years of college, I started realizing how much my schooling was costing my family. So I'll never forget, I had a conversation one day with my mom, and I actually had wanted to drop out. It was like my junior year, I think. Right after I think I had failed that one class. And I was telling her, like, I've seen, now that I got access to the financials and whatnot, I'm like, I've seen what it is that y'all been paying. And I still got two younger siblings, behind me that I'm assuming want to go to college. And I don't want to limit them, seeing as though that me and my older brother both went out of state. But I don't want to limit them to having to go in state, which both of them ended up doing anyway. But I'm not going to say that it was our fault. I'm not going to say that it wasn't. But in doing that, I was like, yo, like, I think that I should just go ahead and come home. Like, I could probably finish up at home, yada, yada, yada. And my mom was like, nah, like, finish out. Like, if you need to take the extra year or whatever, like, do your thing, whatever. Like, whatever you decide is going to be fine. And that definitely helped to give me some confidence to stay in Philly and finish out. So I actually ended up graduating with a civil engineering degree with a couple of minors.
Oh, shit.
And then that I was still able to kind of get into the field. So I started getting some exposure actually to construction management, which is the field or job industry, so to say, that I'm in now. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise.
Okay, that's cool, man. What's your minors?
The minors are actually in construction management and architectural.
Oh, damn, he made me feel like a little bit of an idiot. My major was history. I'm minded in.
Nah, go on. At least you got one.
Yeah.
God dang, boy, don't look down on yourself like that.
And I might.
Did you just say history?
Yeah, that's because it come easy to me. Like after
not about it. Hey, bro, you got to understand. I am highly envious of that, because me personally, I don't necessarily remember like names and dates that well.
Yeah.
And my pops is really into history, so I was always amazed to like hear him reiterate facts and whatnot. And even like when my mom's is really into like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
So like she'll like be answering, like it's almost like a family tradition now. Like whenever all of us kind of get together and watch Jeopardy, like we'll like keep tally of who answers. But I'm envious of anybody who knows history like that. I mean, and especially going to HBCU, I know that I'm gonna assume, I'm not gonna say that I know, that you have gone off the beaten path of what America has taught us and dove further into history, you know what I mean, to find some truths that we possibly don't know. So I hats off to you, bro, for sure. Like don't belittle your achievement any.
It's because for me, history come easy. Like anytime I hear anything about history or a story, it plays as a movie in my head. Like I'm a visual. I can hear something and I create characters to it. Like, for example, when Boston or even you, or even Jordan tells stories, I'm creating characters. I'm actually imagining characters, imagining settings and stuff like that in my head. And I've always been like that. So that's why history comes easy to me, because I've created a whole entire movie essentially in my spinning off history and imagining what the characters look like. So I'm able to recall it because it essentially is entertaining to me. So that's why it comes easy to me.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna need that for them skits and shit too when we start doing those.
We're building empires over here.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do skits.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yo, you want to be in the skit? Let us know. We need extras.
Yeah, man. Man, hey guys, I appreciate the time, man. This is, I don't know what we're gonna call this podcast. Maybe like HBCU PWI information for the next generation.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys' time, man. We continue to talk after we get them recorded. That's pretty cool, man. I still like to learn more about the, your experience in Drexel, man. That's pretty cool, man. Like, cause I know these two knuckleheads, man, from college. It's like 15 years. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, 15 years.
Like, even though we went to the same HBCU, like even though our path crossed, like our stories are so different. Because I was that one that like pushing the envelope with the school president. Like I was meeting with the school president like every week. Yeah, like, he was trying to get rid of me. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny though, like how many other individuals you three gentlemen yourselves personally know can say have been friends, not just known somebody, but actually have been active friends with somebody for a decade plus?
Yeah, you're right. It's very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Dude, Jordan, I was at Jordan's wedding, and Jordan was at my first wedding.
Yep. I was on FaceTime because I couldn't make it.
Yep. Somebody had stabbed you up real quick.
Yeah, I was in the hospital stabbed up, but I made it to Jordan's wedding and stuff, and I came late, but they expect that of me and shit, so, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. Everybody looked like, oh, that's just Boston walking in late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boston, you got a second chance to show up because shoot, that first marriage ain't last long. That's another story. Oh, that's another story.
We gonna say that one.
This is a positive podcast. We want to make sure the children go to college. So we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got positivity. So we're gonna talk good about marriage, relationships, and each other. God dang it. We're gonna talk bad about her later.
There's a positive spin to that. Like that first marriage taught me to be equally yoked to somebody and not settle. And to go after for what you want, because I'm in a happy marriage now, so it's not completely negative. I ain't gonna badmouth. We just didn't work out.
Don't worry, it's positive now. Wait till next week when we dig deeper.
No, I ain't gonna badmouth over media, man. It just didn't work, man. Like karma sits down to make your life. Yeah, again, that's another podcast, another story for another.
Right.
You cool? You cool if I hop in a DM?
I wouldn't if I was you, but y'all cool with it. I promise I wouldn't.
He just said he likes to push the envelope, so he would do it.
Hey, girl, how you been?
If you do, get in, get out. Yeah. Hey, you better like the Marines. Get in, get out. Yeah. Do your job.
Slide up in the DM like, yo, I heard you highly toxic. Well, so am I. So we got that in common.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Again, man, fellas, I appreciate that time, man. This is man, that's pretty cool, man. I went to Drexel. You got like a degree with some I'm saying next generation, man. I understand like some people don't want to encourage people to go to school because I understand you could do trades, but at the same time, it's like weigh your options. Even though my man just mentioned military, like weigh your options, see what's best for you, and go there. Like I said, we've been fortunate enough to be friends this long. Like I said, me and Jay, we met, a couple years ago. So it's like put yourself out there, try different things, man. You won't go wrong. Everything's a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with people that's gonna push you, some people that's gonna support you. Some people be like, you want to do what now? They make questions called constructive criticism. And so yeah, man, that's what you got right here, man. So again, fellas, man, it's been fun. Yeah, man. Cap, man, I appreciate you making the official 210 block drink, man. You know,
I gotta give it one.
That was a nice touch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. About to brand that shit, yo.
I look forward. What'd you call it? The Tokyo tea?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing next week.
Tokyo tea. What that is that's Midori, which is green. Midori is green. It's made in Japan. And it's Midori and everything else you'll put in a Long Island except for the Coca-Cola. So you'll put tequila, rum, whiskey, and oh no, I'm tripping. You put tequila, rum, vodka, and triple sec in there. And you put gin in there. And then you just put a little bit of Tokyo tea. And that's the drink. Basically, it's made to seat you on your ass.
Yeah, I was about to say that sound like it would put you out.
Yeah, that sound like my damn jungle juice I be making.
Yeah, get you about 2 of those and you good. Yeah. And to reach us, man, if you want to comment or give us any suggestions on future shows, reach us at chaingangboys@yahoo.com. We have an Instagram page coming, 210Block, Facebook page coming, YouTube channel that's already up, 210Block. If you want to look at the other podcasts we've done. Like I said, if you want to come on, promote yourself, sit down and talk with us, hit us up, chaingangboys@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to have you on the show. And let's just have fun with this thing, man. I appreciate you guys. Y'all boys be easy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, I did your thing, man. Yo, this was smooth. I like that. that.
I'm in it. What you expect?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you did good, yo. I think he should lead. Yo, y'all feel me? I think he should lead all of them. Yo, he did good. Like he done this before.
I was about to say, like, definitely kept the tempo.
Yeah,
the conversation live.
Yeah, he did.
I did my research. I mean, I got a college degree, but my GED, I put that sucker to use.
Yo, I think I feel like you should lead this. Yo, you did that. Yo, you did that. That shit was smooth though.
All right. I'm glad we still got a listener. We still got Jay on the line. So if I leave, you gonna have to do all the editing.
I will. Shit, I gotta do 2 hours right now.
Okay, cool.
Man, I gotta do 2 hours. Yo, you've been on this shit for about 2 hours, boy. That's a lot. All right, fellas.
Well, I'll let you do your thing.
Hold on. Let me stop.
All right, man.